Hi everybody and welcome. I am so glad that you're here. Today's gonna be a really awesome video because we're gonna be talking about the blackberry bush. I love blackberries so much, and I'm gonna share with you all the tips and tricks of how to grow your own blackberry. So first of all, whenever you're picking the blackberry, so key, go ahead and check for the blackberry that has the thornless, because that way you don't have to worry that whenever you're picking your blackberries, you're gonna be getting all poke and scratch because it has thorns in the stem of the blackberry tree or the blackberry bush. So they come in different varieties, and one of the key thing is gonna be that to select what is it that you want. If you want to have a blackberry bush that is going to be having thorns, or if you want to have a blackberry bush that is thornless. And they also come in other varieties, either erect, so you're going to have a very strong thick stem that is going to be growing more bushy, and you don't have to worry so much it's going to be bending and breaking and going side to side. Or you have a variety that will be more than like a climbing vine. So you can check for all of those little tips, and whenever you're actually looking for your blackberry at the store. Then besides that, whenever you get the blackberry, so the one that we have in here is the Navaho. So the Navaho has an erect stem, but I am growing it more like a climbing blackberry. So you see over here, I'm gonna put you closer so you can see that we have then the primary stem in the center, really thick and engorged, and that's growing all the way up over there. That's like 6 feet high, and it says that it can grow, the average is 3 to 4 feet high, but in my case it's growing to almost 7 feet high. So I have it climbing with this trunk that I have over here, and this trunk was a tree that I saw once that fell. It's completely dehydrated, and so it died, and so I recycle it, and I'm using it then as my trellis. But if you have actually a trellis, which is something that we're gonna do in the future, but we're right now saving as much as we can, so in the future this might change then with an actual pergola or a trellis, and I already have then my plant that I can use then for design, because you can use this plant as I'm using it right now for highlighting. I'm using it right now for making that little canopy shape, very beautiful, very romantic. So instead of having roses or some other plant that is going to be then a trellis, and it doesn't give you actual fruits that you can actually eat, then you can use the blackberry. So amazing. So another thing is that when you're growing the blackberry, you're gonna see that this plant is perennial. So you know that I love to grow everything here perennial, that I don't have to worry that, hey, every time that we have the harsh winters, we live in a zone 7 in Maryland, zone 7. So in here it gets pretty cold during the winter, and literally we only have summer from like the July all the way to the beginning of, I would say, the beginning of September, and that's it. Because after that, October, November, all of that is gonna be cold months. So this plant has been here for 2 years, and so far it has been doing amazing. So we love her so much. So it's a perennial plant, especially the root system is very perennial. Now the top, the stems, are gonna be biannual. So that means that they're gonna be growing one shoot, and that shoot grows, and the other shoot in the last year gave you then some fruits, and you just need to cut it. So what I do is, every time I see a stem that it looks dry, that it's already, has already given me the life that it wanted to give me, you just go ahead and cut it. But it will be best to prune it when the plant is actually, in dormancy. So when it's in dormancy, it will be during the winter or right before spring. So that it was the perfect time to be pruning it. Do not prune it then in the summer. Like right now, it's in the summer, and it's not good to prune it. I cannot prune it right now because right now it's having babies. It's giving me lots of fruits. So I'm not gonna be pruning it right now. The flowers of the blackberries will be in the future the fruit. So if you have a blackberry and you have flowers, then you don't have to worry, because hello, it's telling you that you were gonna have then lots of fruits. So all those little flowers will become then your blackberry in the future. So don't take those flowers off. because those are gonna be then your fruits in the future. Some of them, they need pollinators. My plant, the Navajo, doesn't need no pollinator. Now that doesn't mean that the nectar of the plant doesn't help the pollinators. So it's always good to have them plants that have flowers to help the pollinators, right? So I always say, yes, grow lots of pollinator flowers so that you can have lots of beautiful butterflies and insects, and I mean, it's just so wonderful. But anyways, besides that, once the actual from the flower, it grows and starts growing in the fruit is gonna come out in a red color. So first it's red, and then you might be like, oh, I'm gonna eat it, but no, it's not ready yet to be harvested. And do not ever harvest the fruits unless they are completely already, ready to be harvested by being all completely black, because once you take the fruit out of the plant, it doesn't keep on growing, it doesn't keep on maturing. So that's a very common error. People say, oh, I'm gonna just take it and it's gonna keep on then maturating, outside. Like for example, avocados, you can take the avocado and still, even if it's not ready, it can still get mature and keep on, doing the process of maturation outside of the plant. But this doesn't do that. So when you have to actually get it when it's ready to be harvested right from the plant. So for this, they grow first red, and then they grow into a black color. Once they get into that dark black, almost purple color, then you can harvest them, and you need to keep an eye for all the other remaining, because within days the whole plant will be ready to be harvested. So right here you can see that we have that stem. That's a big stem. That's the mother, and the mother is growing all the way up, keeps on going and going and going, and there you go, all the way. That's a 7 feet more or less. It's very big and thick. You can see that stem. You see it's very thick, very big, while everything else is very thin, but this one is the mom, very big. And then I can see that I have other shoots, like for example, this is another big stem coming out on the side, and I just put it all the way to the side, like a side branch. And so in the sides I'm growing also others. And what I did over here, I just went ahead and I put a whole bunch of wood to the side, and wherever I want the height that I want, I just put it to the side or cut it, and that's it. And then in here in the bottom, you see that I put a whole bunch in the bottom. I put a whole bunch of the wood chips. So this is all wood chips, and I don't see any of those weeds. So in this beautiful, majestic plant, because I love the blackberries. Blackberries are amazing. They actually have lots of benefits. They are anti-cancer. They have a chemical, I'm gonna put it over here, that actually helps to regress any of those cancer forming radicals. So it's very good for antioxidants. So this is amazing, and also it helps for lowering your cholesterol as well, and protecting then your heart. So that's why we say that's cardioprotective. It's all red, right? But it's not ready to be picked up yet. And then we see that we had the black ones over there, so beautiful. Now those are ready to be picked, and we're gonna be harvesting today, you and me, my darling, you and me. I don't know if you have ever touched the actual leaves, but the leaves of this plant are very like a plumage. They're very like if they had little tiny hairs. So it feels really soft. It's really beautiful. And then if you want to make the plant a little bit more like voluminous, to have more volume, then what you can do is you can take the last pinch, right? And you can pinch it, just cut that part, and I remove then that little last part, and that will promote the plant to actually give me new shoots. So you can do that right in spring, right when the plant is getting ready then to start growing and to come out of dormancy. Like right now over here, I see that I have this new shoot over here. So because I am growing my plant more like a trellis and letting her grow more in her shape, because I want this to be like a piece of art and let it grow really, really pretty. So I am just taking it, I just little take it and put it then in here, and I will just take a little string and just tie it up, and not tie it up too much, like a little bit loose, so that it can actually grow and get engorged the stem. So it's really majestic. It's just so beautiful. And as you can see, this was nothing in here. Remember, I don't know if you guys were here, but if you have been following me, this was nothing in here. We have been doing this in the past year and a half, 2 years that we have been here, and now we have in this area a little garden with like fruits and vegetables. It's so exciting. This plant is very easy to also propagate because you don't have to worry about nothing. It gives you extra shoots. So I only planted in here tiny little plant, I would say a year and a year and a half ago, because it was not the first thing that I planted in here, and we have been here in this house for now 2.5 years. So anyways, it has been here, let's say 1 year, a year and a half, and I planted it right here in the center, just that baby plant, and now I have an extra shoot right next to it. So I can see, let me see if I can put you close, a little close up. So that in the back was the mom, and now I have an extra shoot right here, and then I got another extra shoot right there, and it will continue doing that, giving me extra shoots. So you don't have to worry about propagating the plant, because the plant itself propagates. It gives you lots of extra different shoots, baby shoots coming out directly from the ground, and sometimes they come even like a few feet apart. And you just have to make sure that you're not cutting it with your lawnmower if you want to actually then have an extra baby plant and give it away to somebody, or actually grow it more in your house, and you can have them more babies and more blackberries. When harvesting, is very easy. You just move to the side and it should come out very quickly. If it doesn't, then it's not ready to be picked. Those are not ready to be picked. We have to wait for them to get black. This is ready over here. Comes off very easily. Wherever there was a berry, you're gonna see the stump that stays behind. It was first a flower, then it became a red berry, and then it became a blackberry. And at the end, we only had the stump. Beautiful. Whenever you see things like this, those are larvae, eggs for some sort of parasite or something. So you can just take the whole leaf. Take the whole leaf out, that's what I do. And then just squish it. And no crazy parasites in here. Ta-da! Are you ready to see our harvest, the results? Ta-da! We have a basket full of blackberries from this tiny little piece of flower over here, bush. So, and this is the second basket that I have gathered, because I already did a good harvest a few days ago. And this is gonna be the second, but not the last one, because I see lots of berries still. So there's gonna be a third harvest. Now this, whenever you harvest them, the blackberries, they don't last that long in the fridge, so either you can preserve them, or the easy way to preserve them, just put them in the freezer after washing them, and they will last for a long time. So that's the trick. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this video as much as I did. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being part of the community, being part of the Yali's community. If you're not part of Yali's community, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it with everybody. This is a lifestyle channel where we share every Tuesday something new, from gardening, decor, do-it-yourself, home remedies, recipes, traveling, cat videos, hickey days, cozy days, all kinds of stuff. So there's always something for everybody. I hope that you loved the video as much as I did. I love you guys so much. Enjoy the day and enjoy the miracles. Bye.